car number 95. From Wethersfield, Connecticut, the Clement Motorsports Chevrolet, for Jay Clement.
I was kind of getting a little bit more confident. I'm really hard on myself though, so I expect to be running up front like all the time because that's what you want to do when you're competitive. I mean, I was pretty upbeat. Top fives were kind of the main goal. If we had the odd podium somehow, just by getting lucky, then that probably would have been, the entire highlight of the year no matter what. But yeah, no, I was getting more comfortable. We were figuring the car out, and then
Lavoie still setting in the comfort zone. Trouble now. Off the turn. Oh, Hammond hits at a ton, and Clement. The same thing there, and Patnode will spin.
And then that happened. We wrecked, so it kind of just spun everything on its head. All I remember is putting the window net down and looking at one of the track workers and saying, well, I'm calling out of work tomorrow. We really wanted to get back, but at that time, finding front clips for these cars was really hard. If you were ordering a tube one, it was like a 3-month wait. If you were buying a stock one, then people were charging you an arm and a leg for them unless you found some guy who didn't realize that they were still used on race cars. Talking to some people to get it put on, we kind of realized that it wasn't really going to happen. So we put the car on the back burner and decided to focus on Matt's car and see how the rest of his year could go. We put the whole new clip on it, put a whole new setup in it, and there was a ton of new parts, especially on the front of this thing. So I think Matt and my dad actually said to me once, if you're not running up front with what you have now, then there's going to be an issue. They said, listen, it's your 3rd year. With all these new parts, you should have a hang of it. You should be able to run up front. We struggled a little bit. We were doing okay in the beginning of the year. The middle of the year was kind of subpar in my opinion, 6th, 7th, 8th. At the end of the year, we just started kind of clicking them off, getting better and better each week.
Keep your eyes on that 3rd place battle, Kyle. Here comes Lavoie.
Looking to the inside of Jay Clement for 3rd, then it's Rich Hammond to the inside of Ari Jensick for 4th. Nearly get together, and Lavoie goes around in car number 6.
Yeah, I feel bad because I like Jeremy, but at the same time, we're racing. I would have done the same thing to Matt if it was him or Scott.
Good to have this guy up on Napa Victory Lane. He drives the number 95. Watch for him in Victory Lane. That's Jay Clement.
It was a big relief. I got up there and I didn't even know really what to say because I was kind of just, awestruck. Basically, that ended up there. I almost didn't. That was kind of a big weight lifted off my shoulders, knowing that I could run up front and, have a 2-time champion only able to run me down on the last lap. It was a pretty good night in my book. At the same time, it was all right. Now I know I can be up here. I finished up here. I've proved myself to people. Now I have to do it again and again and again.
Matt Clement takes win number 2 of 2022. Jay Clement finishes 2nd, his best career finish.
Pretty cool moment here off turn 4.
What a moment indeed. The Clement brothers, Matt Clement and Jay Clement, finishing 1-2 in the limited late models. The first time they have done so.
That was really special. Jay, congrats. I beat you, haha.
That was a really cool night. It was a really special night. We actually have a picture of us coming across the start-finish line side by side. So that definitely kind of got our spirits up because we hadn't been having the best year with both cars.
Let's go down and hear from Jay Clement, who finishes 2nd yet again here in 2022.
I didn't tell my girlfriend I'd say this. Haha, Matt, I beat you this time. So you have to wait till next year.
For me to be able to beat Matt, especially with him having, 12 wins now, so to be able to outrun him kind of proves that I deserve to be up there. It's a pretty good season. A lot of our finishes don't show it. We had a lot of bad luck this year, just as a team in general. You can't let it be at the forefront of your mind. We have work to do. Cross our T's and dot our I's, and hopefully we can go out there and kick some butt, spring sizzler, and maybe finish 1-2 or 1-2-3 or whatever. Take whatever we get, basically. First off, I gotta thank my family. I mean, my parents. I put a lot of money into it. My brothers put a lot of money into it, but I mean, when it comes down to it, my dad is the one who bought the cars, so I gotta thank him first, or I should say my parents are the ones who bought the cars. So I gotta thank them first. Dave Miller at USNE, Aquatic Wildlife, Wayne's Auto Body, Elmo's Dockside, DMW Graphics, Intakes Online, Stoney, the Short Track Baker, Deb, Sully, Frank Latois. Like I always say, everyone who ever touches this car, Jay Stewart, JMD, chassis, he's the one who got this thing hooked up for the last couple weeks. So just anyone who ever touches it, it's just always a massive thank you. I probably don't say it enough to them, but I hope they know that I mean it. At this point, I mean, we got to get a win. That's bottom line. Will I be happy with a 2nd? Yes. Will I be happy with a 3rd? Yes. If it rolls on the trailer, like I said, in one piece, I'll be happy. But I mean, at this point, 2 seconds, a third, I need to win.